Imagine standing alone, 70,000 fans are screaming, millions are watching from around the world, and in just 1 second, you could become either a national hero or the man everyone blames forever. That's the reality of a penalty shootout. People think penalty shootouts are about the player taking the kick, but the real pressure is on the goalkeeper. A striker is expected to score. If he misses, people are disappointed, but if a goalkeeper saves the penalty, he becomes unforgettable. The problem is, statistics are against him. Most penalties end in goals. That means before the whistle is even blown, the goalkeeper is already fighting impossible odds. So why do the greatest goalkeepers still fear penalty shootouts? The answer isn't just skill, it's psychology. Because before every penalty, a silent mind game begins, and most fans never even notice it. Because before every penalty, a silent battle begins, not between the player's feet, but between two minds. The striker tries to hide where he's aiming. The goalkeeper tries to read every tiny clue. One look, one step, one deep breath. Sometimes, the goalkeeper waits until the very last second. Sometimes, he moves early, hoping to trick the shooter into changing his mind. And sometimes, the striker notices that movement and changes his shot at the last possible moment. That's why penalty shootouts are often called a game of chess, played in just a few seconds. But here's something most fans never realize. Many goalkeepers spend hours before a match studying penalties. They watch old videos. They memorize shooting patterns. They learn which side a player prefers under pressure. Yet, even with all that preparation, everything can still change in one heartbeat, because once the referee blows the whistle, logic disappears, and instinct takes over. Sometimes, the goalkeeper guesses perfectly and still can't stop the ball. Other times, he guesses the wrong way and watches the ball roll into the net. That's why even the greatest goalkeepers in football history never feel completely confident during a penalty shootout. But if penalty shootouts are mostly luck, then why do some goalkeepers keep becoming heroes again and again? But here's the biggest myth in football. People say penalty shootouts are just luck, but that's not entirely true. The greatest goalkeepers don't simply dive, they prepare. Days before an important match, they study every possible penalty taker, which foot they prefer, where they usually aim, how they behave under pressure. Some even carry secret notes, hidden inside their gloves or taped to a water bottle beside the goal. Not because they're afraid, but because every tiny detail could save an entire tournament. And yet, even with perfect preparation, there is one thing no goalkeeper can ever predict: the human mind. A striker can change his decision at the very last second. One glance, one hesitation, one unexpected shot can destroy hours of preparation. That's why, when a goalkeeper saves a penalty, it isn't just a save, it's a victory. Over pressure, over fear, and over impossible odds. The next time you watch a penalty shootout, don't just look at the player taking the shot, watch the goalkeeper, because while everyone is focused on the ball, he's carrying the hopes of an entire nation. Football isn't always won by the player who scores. Sometimes, it's won by the one brave enough to stand alone. Subscribe for more football documentaries, because every match has a story most fans never notice.